Hey, I am Bobby Moore, and this is Scott, yes ladies, he's single, Thomas, and we are East Tennessee on the rise. Today we're sitting here with Radio Riott. Guys, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Start from here, work your way down that way.
My name is Luke. I play guitar.
My name's Gavin, I'm the drummer.
My name's Jeff, I play bass.
My name's Alex, and I'm the vocalist.
How long have you guys been together?
Well, me and him been jamming for over a year, and then same with Alex, we jam over a year, and then Jeff's the new guy.
I think I joined in around in February. I think it was around
January, February.
Yeah. So not very. We haven't been together very long. So a couple months.
It's not a bad thing. You guys are fairly young, so you're still trying to come together as a band and kind of invent your brand, I suppose.
Yeah. I think right when we started, it's like super tight. It's like, I don't know, we just connect really easily, even being new.
That's good.
So, how old are you guys? Because, I mean, you're really, like, giving me hope for the future.
Right. Well, I'm 16. I just
16?
16, yeah.
I'm 12.
Wow.
I'm 16.
And I'm older.
You're older? Come on,
He's
man.
He's man from the mountain.
Yeah. Spill it. How old are
I'm
you?
old, man.
Spill it.
24.
25.
25.
It's still a youngin'.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends who you ask, right?
Still hurting my feelings.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you guys play covers, originals? What are your influences?
We do a mixture of covers and originals.
I think starting out we did more covers, but as we go on, I think we're trying to get more into originals.
Yeah.
Mostly just.
We're kind of just now starting the writing process. With kind of, it's hard, and we've never written together before, so we're trying to figure out, what works and what doesn't. So I think covers are more like, because we need them, but we're moving on to the originals.
What are the sort of cover genres you like to play? Is there any specifics, or do you kind of go all over the map with different songs and genres?
Mostly just like a lot of classic rock and stuff. Like
pretty cool.
Zeppelin, Sabbath, etc. Stuff along those lines.
See, once again, you're giving me hope for the future.
Yeah.
I've met so many, guys your age that they're, more towards Avenged Sevenfold and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So seeing you guys actually bring the classics back is amazing.
I think that was like, I think that was my big thing too. Was I always grew up on like rock music, and I always felt like the weird kid. I was always hanging out with the adults. But then as you're getting into music, you started knowing that like a lot of young people. I mean, they still like Led Zeppelin. They still like AC/DC. They're still playing it, and it's really not that available anymore. There's no real new people doing that style. So I mean, when they started playing that kind of music, I was like, all right, this could work. Like there's a market.
Oh, yeah,
You got to keep rock alive.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody's got to do it.
If the younger generation doesn't do it, who's going to?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not like we're like purposely trying to bring back older music. It's just, to me, all the new stuff sounds like shit. So
I think it's missing, and this is me doing the talking, but it's just it's missing that old kind of attitude and philosophy behind it. I always felt like rock music wasn't necessarily like genre specific. It was more like the attitude you brought to the table, and that edginess, and we just don't see it anywhere anymore. So.
When you guys are young like you are, you can bring that old style rock into your new music that you make. And you can put it out there as your own, but it still has a little bit of a flavor from the old style.
Sure.
And you can even put the new stuff in there too. I mean, just like a guitar riff here or whatever you want to do from the newer bands. But bringing out the older bands and kind of showcasing what you loved about them is really cool.
Yeah. Want to comment?
Yeah, of course, man.
Come on, man. Come on. Talk to these kids.
How long have you guys have been playing together for a very short time, but I'm sure you've had experience prior to coming together as a band. So have you been playing your instruments or singing for most of your life, or did it just kind of pick up after the last couple of years?
I've been playing guitar for 4 years.
I've been drumming for about 6-7 years, and I started when I was about 5.
Gosh.
Over half your life. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
I picked up the bass. I started off on the drums, and I picked up the bass probably about a year and a half ago, so fairly new.
So you're kind of a multi-instrumentalist yourself, so you could if you guys wanted to on stage, you could just kind of move
we've
around a little bit.
We talked about
yeah.
switching around one song.
One of you could be drumming, then
always
hop
dicking
off the kit and
around, yeah.
just play something else or sing or whatever. That'd be pretty cool. Got like musical chairs.
Yeah.
So where all of you guys been playing out?
Oh man. Well, Knoxville's a little tough. There's kind of a monopoly on a lot of the gigs, and a lot of people don't want to give up their spots. So, and we're younger, and we
Louder.
Louder. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go on like
There's
that.
there's kind of
Keyword.
this kind of like idea in this town of like, okay, this is what a good musician is, and we never listened to that. So it's been hard to find gigs, but we do still manage. I mean, people keep coming back.
Yeah,
They like us.
things are starting to get rolling
Yeah.
now. Like just recently, we're starting to get more gigs, and we're going to the studio this month. We're going to release a single, and I'll turn into an EP eventually. So things are starting to go.
Good deal.
There is kind of a venue shortage here in Knoxville, but the surrounding area, there's different places that you could play and possibly bring yourself out to the region rather than just the Knoxville area.
Yeah, I think that's been our approach. Has been, and they're from Maryville, and you know, even that small contrast has been really helpful, being able to be out there. But I definitely think our mind has been, hey, let's go where they'll let us play. You know.
Well, the key is to never give up and just keep plugging at it and just do what you love.
I was gonna say I'm old. If I was gonna give up, it happened already.
He's talking about being old.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Got almost 20 years on you, man. Actually, I do have more than 20 years on you.
You're showing your age, man.
Yeah.
But that's kind of why we do this right here, is so, you know, bands like yourselves, other bands can have a, you know, hopefully somebody out there will see you guys and start contacting you. Are you guys on Facebook, social
we're
media,
on
Instagram?
Facebook, Instagram,
Snapchat,
Snapchat.
I mean, all of them.
Yeah.
If you name it.
Any music sites to where you guys can put out your stuff?
That'll be soon once we get the single
Yeah.
We
released.
post we usually post originals on YouTube. It's a good place. It's Radio Riott.
Yeah.
2 T's.
2 T's.
Obviously.
Because we're extra cool, we gotta have the extra right?
Yeah.
2 T's.
I like inventive names.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with the name, actually? That's one thing we always forget to ask bands when they come up here to talk to us. We get into talking about everything else, but how'd you guys come up with your band name?
Yeah, Luke.
It's a little question. It's a little question.
Yeah. Well, we were pretty desperate for a name, and my dad used to be in a band called Midnight Radio around Knoxville. And I was like, well, I kind of want a name with Riott in it. Well, you gonna stop me? But I wanted a name with a Riott in it just because I felt like it. And I was like, well, Radio Riott sounds kind of cool. It's good enough for now. So.
And I think it fits. I mean, if you had to like sum us up, we're really like, I am speaking for everybody, but like a lot of the music coming out, what we hear on the radio, we think is trash. And if we had it our way, we'd burn it all to the ground and start over. You know?
Most of it sounds sort of similar. I mean, they have
it
their own
sounds-
specific formula that they go by
Exactly,
for
yeah.
radio play. So if you kind of don't fit into that specific little niche, then you may or may not get a
And
radio play.
We don't think that's good music, though. I mean, that's not very honest. It's not very. I find it ironic that they write songs, you know, for people to listen to, but they never consider how people feel, you know. And the only way you write songs that, you know, people register with is kind of going to your own feelings. And so there's just a lot of BS in the industry, and I think we were just like, let's cut the BS and let's be real people and real musicians.
That sounds more like a punk band than anything else.
Well, we like a lot of punk.
Well, yeah,
There you go, there you
so
go.
I say it's an attitude and a philosophy, you know.
you go.
It's not necessarily.
Especially me and Gavin, when we started jamming, we bonded over the White Stripes a lot.
Okay.
Jack White.
Because I know, I went to this place called Maryville Rock Academy in Maryville, and
That's a good plug.
And he took recording lessons there, and I was doing drums, and the owner said, I can't talk, I'm sorry. The owner said, there's this kid that loves the White Stripes. Maybe you should check him out, because he was really into Jack White and stuff at the time.
Okay.
And he just started playing Dead Leaves and Dirty Ground, and I just hopped on, and from there
Yeah, that's where it
on,
started.
was just...
With me and him, yeah. And it took a while for us to find other people, but it started with me and him jamming in my garage.
And I think that was my thing too. Is like, I had been in around Knoxville for like maybe a year and a half, and you know, I always grew up with that music, and when I was a kid, that was like what it was about, and AC/DC and Led Zeppelin, and then you came around here, and no one wanted to do it. Nobody wants to like kind of do that thing because they're afraid of being too loud, or they're afraid of not getting gigs, or not being able to succeed. And it took the youth to remind me, like, all right, you can still do this, like remember how it was back then.
I think every local band around this area, though, takes from old and new and makes it their own. So they have their own sound, but it kind of mixes up the old and the new. Just like you guys, well, whenever you come up with your original stuff, and you can still play the covers. I can't even think of the words nowadays. But anyway, that's my old brain thinking.
It's okay. It's our first time too.
But anyway, you guys, do you have any local bands that you kind of gravitate towards, or have you listened to many of the locals?
We have bands that we're friends with.
Not
like
yeah, we got friends.
we got friends, yeah.
Civil Strife, that's a band. Civil Strife, they've been good to us.
Vince does the editing for us.
Yeah, no, Vince is the man. Well, and I think that's kind of, we like the bands that are kind of coming to the same conclusion that we've come to. It's like, forget these rules. Like, we're the next generation. We're gonna do things our way. So like, Civil Strife's one. Who else do you like? Some cool.
Johnny Monster.
Johnny Monster's the man.
Monsters.
Yeah. Those young guys we met at the Battle of the Bands.
Atomic Moon.
Atomic Moon is cool. Yeah, those guys are cool.
Drive-through therapy. Those guys are pretty cool.
You just meet people because when they look at you as an equal and they respect what you're doing as a musician, rather than looking down that you're not, playing the blues or the jazz. It's nice. It helps, but I think a little bit too much of my philosophy is coming out. Well, we've seen a lot of it. Of like, it's always the people that like own the venues or book the gigs. Those are the ones that are pissing off.
Always, the audience always loves us.
Yeah, the audience is always there. Like, that's where we're like, there are people that like this music, you know? Like, we see it because they don't leave, and they don't care that it's loud. It's always that it's the guys running it, and because they always are the ones yelling at us.
It's just different.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not used to it.
And which is ironic. You'd think they'd remember.
I don't understand that, because that's what him and I do, with East Tennessee music. We, book and promote bands and stuff, and
It's always loud.
Unless
we do an acoustic show, it's always loud.
Yeah.
That's also why we kind of branch out and we do more than just, rock. We also do a little bit of country. We'll do, have just acoustic nights here and there.
Yeah.
Just kind of give everybody a chance to get up there.
Yeah.
Our goal is like to be the most unapologetic rock band around. Like, no apologize for volume or attitude or anything.
That happened too. We had a venue owner. He wanted me to apologize, and it was a moment where we had to say, "Does he go apologize?" Or like, "No, we're sticking through this. We won't give in."
Stick to your guns.
Yeah, exactly.
If you book us, it's gonna be loud.
Yeah,
that's fun.
I think that is it. Stick to your guns. Like, don't let some small venue owner scare you.
Music's not meant to be stamped down. I mean, it's
exactly.
It's your emotions. It's your outlet.
Exactly.
It's your talent coming out. So why keep it quiet?
And that's where we find it ironic.
Yeah.
We just don't get it.
That's what it's all about. To me, at least. I'm not sure somebody else might think differently, but I'm a little loud myself. So
cool.
Here at the Open Chord, we've had loud shows. I mean, loud is subjective to whoever's listening to it. If they think it's loud, they're going to think it's loud. But
we make sure everybody thinks it's loud.
Sometimes loud is good.
Yeah.
Loud is more good.
It's more fun that way.
Well, that's the whole point of being on stage, right? Is having fun and doing what you love and putting out there the music that you're producing, whether it be your originals or even playing covers. I mean, you got to have fun doing it and project that to your audience and kind of get that feedback from the audience. That's what we like to see. I mean, whenever I first came into this scene in 2014, I was sitting right out here, just off the stage of the Open Chord, listening to bands, and it was really loud, and I'm not that good at sitting around with loud music, especially up front, and especially bands I've never heard before. But once you catch on to it, it's like, man, this is great. I got to continue on, and it kind of built up into what Bobby and I are doing today, and for years to come, hopefully.
So you guys been as young and everything. Have you had any outlandish stories or anything that's happened so far at venues, at shows?
With this band or just in general?
Just in general, together.
Well, we did get kicked out.
We got kicked out. We got kicked out of one
Cookville,
place.
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Give it.
I'm trying to think.
We were at in Cookville and Red Silo in Cookville.
Red Silo, yeah.
And
Should we give them a shout
we
out?
were like the wrong band to be there.
Yeah, and we knew right away. We're like, we're not making
We
it.
were really loud.
Yeah.
And then at the end, when we were doing our last song, we decided to turn up really loud. And Alex was like, if we're a loud rock and roll band, you can kiss my ass.
Yeah.
And we just left after that.
I mean, do what you gotta do. I'm a nice guy, I swear.
No, you're not. You're not nice at all. Not to us.
Yeah. Because you guys are very nice.
I remember being the first band I was ever in was a Korn cover band.
Korn, yeah, I love
Yeah,
Korn.
and, we went by COK, Children of Korn, but we like to put on, cock on the marquee. We thought it was fun. But our lead singer had booked us in a show at the Casbah in Johnson City.
Okay.
And we were taking some extracurricular things on our way up there, and turned out it was a blues club.
Yeah.
We didn't even make it in the door. We ended up rollerblading at the mall.
Yeah.
That's kind of important to know what venue you're going to and
He booked it, man.
the genre that they like to play.
Yeah.
Some venues around the area are very genre specific.
Sure.
So if you don't fit into the niche that they want to be playing there, they're gonna kind of tell you, we don't want to play you again, or won't play you at all. But we try to find venues that will branch out into all genres. Like Barley's in Maryville, they'll play just about anything as long as they're able to get people in the door.
Yeah.
Barley's is good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we have a good history with Barley's and
So
We
really
played lots of shows out there. We've done lots of shows.
cool.
And they've all been great. I mean, even the heavy metal bands we've had out there have been awesome. So maybe we can get you guys on the stage out that way.
And I think that's probably our issue is we sit on this middle ground of these rock covers that we all just kind of focus on our part. We only write, like he writes a guitar riff, I write the words, and that's sometimes a rarity in bands, but I think that's why it meshes well. We all just focus on what we do.
We all write our parts.
Yeah.
Instead of like two people. Like,
Exactly,
all right, you're going to play that on drums, do this vocal line and that.
And I drum too, and I can't tell you how many times people come in and they're like, yeah, we want you to drummer on our originals. I'm like, no, you just want me to play the drum part that you wrote, there's a difference, know. But I think we all just do our own parts and it works well.
I think for the most part we all like what we play. So.
And we tell each other when we don't.
Well, I mean, to be open and honest with each other inside a band without being
we're
not afraid to tell.
Without being, confrontational or anything about it.
Yeah, I mean,
button heads.
we're all good friends. I mean, not personal.
Sometimes that's going to happen.
I've
almost ended up in fist fights with people inside the bands, I've been in, but it always works better if you can sit down and work it out. And,
Sure.
Right.
I mean, hell, we almost got in, arguments about stuff, and then sit down and write a song about the argument we just had.
Most of that comes from your feelings.
Yeah.
So
I feel a lot.
very nice, thank you. It wouldn't be a show without him touching my leg for some reason or another. Is there anything else you guys would like to pass on to people watching? Hopefully they can get a hold of you guys, like how they book you, where they can go to find your music.
Facebook, Lori is
Yeah, pretty much Lori kind of manages us. Yeah. And we
we
really want to play at the open chord.
We want the open chord so bad. It's
so
awesome.
We're trying.
So
the house.
So Sam, if you see this, which I'm hopefully you're going to see this.
What's his name?
Sam.
Sam?
If you see this, check these guys out. Get them on the stage.
Please.
Opening up for our band.
Is that better than Sam?
Yes. Bring them on stage.
Fill the whole place. I promise.
Yeah.
They'll leave after a few songs.
So if you guys have nothing left to go, we're going to just head on out of this show. This has been East Tennessee Music Scene on the Rise. Check these guys out anywhere you can find them.
Radio Riott, Facebook, Instagram, they're everywhere.
Everywhere.
We'd like to see them on stage, so get them on stage soon. And we will see you next time. Have a good one.